Hello and welcome to the third development blog for Guardian's Guide. For this video, we'll be showcasing the budget system and the personality traits. With that said, this game is a work in progress, so everything you see can or will be subject to change. So in the last video, we talked about the home screen. I've made a few cosmetic changes since then, but it's more or less the same. In this video, we're going to discuss the budget system and its role in helping you raise your daughter effectively. The budget system is a method for directly influencing the condition and mood of your daughter each week. If you remember from the last video, the condition and mood of your daughter directly affects her job performance. If her condition gets too low, she could become sick. Likewise, if her mood swings south, she could become defiant. The best way to combat this is through an effective budgeting. The default budgeting is Budget Plan 100, as in Budget Plan 100%. Any deviation from this will simply multiply the cost of budget. Budget Plan 50 is half the cost of Budget Plan 100. Budget Plan 150 is 150% the cost of Budget Plan 100. These are just the early plans. There will be more budget options available as you play the game. The variation of plans are meant to give you more options in improving her condition and mood. Essentially, the higher the budget plan, the better her health will be each week. In contrast, the worse the budget plan, the worse her health will get. Each week, the base budget increases by a fixed amount. The base budget is also affected by her current condition. So depending exclusively on budget plans is an idea if you want to improve her health. So alongside budget plans, we have access to food, hygiene, housing, and assortments. Food items predominantly affect her condition. For example, if you were to choose this batch of carrots, her condition might increase. In contrast, if you were to use cherry ice cream, her condition could get worse, but is guaranteed to improve her mood. You just have to decide what would be the best option for your circumstances. Hygiene products affect both her mood and condition. Simply put, the higher quality of product, the better the results you would get. Housing products predominantly affect her mood. Her taste in housing products will be affected by her personality traits. So the most expensive things will not always be the best option. Food, hygiene, and housing products have what is called a shelf life. After a certain number of weeks, the product can no longer be used. Food has the shortest shelf life, which lasts between 1 and 3 weeks. Hygiene products can last for many weeks depending on the quality. Housing products have the longest shelf life, but have a tendency to break if used consistently. When you use a food item, it is consumed in a single week. Using hygiene and housing products will result in double the loss of shelf life. To use a product, you simply click on it, and it is equipped for the week. Once a product is set and you start the new week, it cannot be changed until the next week starts, so choose wisely. If a shelf product becomes zero and therefore unusable, you will be able to sell it to get a portion of the money you paid back. This way, it won't be a complete loss if you never use a product before its shelf life ends. The last option we have is assortments. You can add either food, hygiene, or housing products into assortments. There are also specialized items that can only be used in assortments. These items have the ability to affect more than just condition and mood. They can also affect other stats. As you see here, the Great Guardian's history books affects her mood, but it also increases her intelligence by 1. So if we click on it and equip it, and we come to home screen, we can see here there's a new resident interaction we can interact with. Let's check it out. I learned a lot from Great Guardian's history book. The history of this word is so vast, it's hard to believe everyone came from a single mother and father. You get some options here. If you like, I could buy more volumes for you. I'm glad you learned something. Let's click the first option. No, thank you. That book was hard to read. She's not very thankful for the book I gave her. But as you see here, her attribute increased by 1. We'll discuss attributes in a later video. If you come over here, her mood changed to bashful. That's actually a positive mood for her to have, slightly positive, so it's a good thing. So we come back to budget here, and note that this only happens one time. This event can only happen once, so even if you have this book and you equipped it again, or you just keep it equipped, it would only happen once. But that covers the budget system. It's the accumulation of all of these options here. Now we come to the right here, we can discuss personality. This window controls the personality of your daughter. You can pick the trait you want to develop, and each week it will increase by a fixed amount. It is a simple approach. You can set it once and don't worry about it. Or if you want to mix it up, you can flip it back and forth each week. These traits will affect how she responds and interact with the world as she grows. To put it simply, the older she gets, the more she will start responding to situations based on the traits you choose. These traits will also determine the type of titles you can receive by the end of her growth. Titles work like achievements. They are also in-game equipment. Unique titles will unlock unique character illustrations based on these traits. I will discuss more on titles at a later date, but as for now, just know that many unique titles are planned for these personality traits. One last thing I want to mention. There is no right or wrong way to develop her personality. You won't be punished for choosing cruel over heroic, but there will be consequences for your actions. They should be sure to stay dedicated to your decision. The last option here is job proficiency. I'm not ready to showcase jobs yet, but to sum it up, the longer she works, the higher her proficiency becomes. And the higher her proficiency, the more money you can make. Well guys, that's it for the budget screen. I can't wait to show you more of what I've been working on. Well, that concludes this video update, but if you would like more information about the game, please visit the official website Elugic.com. I also have a companion blog to this video update. You can find both of those links in the description. If you would like to support the development of this game and get weekly updates of its progress, please consider becoming a member at Elugic.com/support. Please comment, share, or like this video as it helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I'm curious to hear what you guys think of the game. These development videos are released monthly, but I eventually want to start making more content for this channel. So until the next video, stay well, my friends.